Today in Georgia, Donald Trump held what I think is the most disgraceful, disgusting, and just indefensible political stunt of his entire campaign, with a press conference pretending that he cares about the countless communities that were affected by this storm. Donald Trump doesn't care. He didn't even act like he did. He used the press conference to lie and to make it about himself, attacking President Biden and Vice President Harris with false claims that they haven't done enough to support the victims of this storm, trying to sow division in a time when we need to unite behind communities that were affected. It was absolutely disgraceful from Donald Trump. Indefensible, like I said. And so the Fox propaganda outlet jumped into action to defend him, because that's what they do, defend the indefensible. But in the hour of 5 o'clock, thank goodness Jessica Tarlov is there to call out their lies and shut them down. And that is exactly what she did today, calling Jesse Waters a liar to his face, pointing out his lies, and absolutely crushing Donald Trump for the disgusting stunt he pulled today. And I want to get into all of that, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video. It goes a long way. As well, if you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy our channel. Now, before we get into what Jessica had to say, I think it's important we play for a bit of context what Trump had to say in this gross press conference.
The region, our hearts are with you, and we are going to be with you as long as you need it. It's called an hour of need. You're in our prayers, and we pray to God, and throughout this long weeks, the long weeks that lay ahead, you're going to have a lot of work, but the end result is it's going to be good. We just wish so many people weren't so badly hurt, and in many cases, sadly, no longer with us. We love you. We love everyone. Everyone. I mean, to be honest, we love everyone. And we'll be back, and we'll be back again soon. And we'll continue to help until you're bigger. I say bigger, better, stronger than ever before. But again, you can't ever discount the fact that people are lost. A lot of people have been lost in this terrible storm, this terrible hurricane.
Like I said, he clearly can't even act like he cares. This is all about him. This is all about lies. This is all about division. This is all about a political stunt. He does not care. And it is so incredibly clear. It is probably not even safe for that community for him to be there right now. He is taking up resources. He is causing problems with his presence, as he always does. And that is exactly what Jessica Tarlov called him out for in an incredible takedown. And I'm excited for us to check it out and the other clips of her calling out her co-host. But let's take a look.
Jessica, how do you see it? Dramatically differently from how my colleagues see it. So just a couple notes. Trump closes strong in Georgia. He lost Georgia. So I guess if someone had found him 11,237 votes, it would have gone better. But he's a loser there.
I meant by campaign activity.
Oh, he shows up a lot and people see him and then they vote against him. Starlink, there are 40 satellites that are already going. In Maui, by the way, the $700 was the FEMA limit. So Donald Trump and his supporters are running the same old tired playbook that they did with Maui and they did with East Palestine. So not only was Joe Biden on top of this, he signed the disaster declarations even before the storms hit to make sure that there would be no delay in goods and services. Donald Trump's social media posts contain blatant lies, like Governor Kemp can't reach the president. Governor Kemp gave a press conference yesterday where he said, I just spoke to the president. He has promised me every single thing that I need. McMaster from South Carolina, also a conservative, getting everything that he wants, and then Roy Cooper as well. And there's only one president that we are talking about who actually has denied relief for one of these states. In 2017, Roy Cooper asked after Hurricane Matthew for a lot of money, and he got 1% of his ask. They denied 99% of what he was asking for after that hurricane came. There are 3,300 FEMA personnel there, 5,500 National Guardsmen from 11 states, and search and rescue from 19 states. That doesn't reduce the devastation of this and how horrific it is, but to say that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are out to lunch during this, or they're sitting on a beach reclining there, they are clearly giving them what they need. They will be showing up when it is appropriate. And it's different for Donald Trump, who is not in office. He's just a guy trying to be president again, to show up and throw some bounty at people, versus someone who's actually the commander in chief and doesn't want to distract from what's going on. And as Dana said, Governor Cooper said, I will let you know when it is appropriate for you to come. And same goes for Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee,
Yeah,
all of it.
Tennessee also.
Jessica is the absolute best at what she does. There is no one better. What a perfect shutdown of Donald Trump. Again, the most indefensible stunt of his campaign so far. But it wasn't just Jessica, unfortunately, talking in the 5 o'clock hour. Her colleagues, her co-hosts, her MAGA stooges tried to jump in and defend Donald Trump, and it was absolutely ridiculous, as you can expect, Jesse Waters being the chief among them. And he was shut down when he tried to say that Donald Trump cares more than Kamala Harris does about people and communities that were affected by this storm. And Jessica shut him down.
Getting outclassed, she's getting outworked. And when they ask in these polls, which candidate cares more about people like you, he's completely closed the gap. Now, as a Republican, especially as Donald Trump, caring more about people like you, I'm not saying he's winning, but he's right there, Jessica. And what I recommend her doing...
You can't find a single poll in which anyone believes that Donald Trump cares more about regular people than Kamala Harris does. Donald Trump is a con man. Donald Trump is a thief. Donald Trump is a criminal. Donald Trump doesn't care about us. He is a textbook narcissist. He is diagnosable. He's been diagnosed. So of course he doesn't care about us. Of course he doesn't care about regular people. And of course Jessica should and did call out Jesse Waters for saying that. But of course Fox pivots from their ridiculous defense of Donald Trump into trying to distract us with something else. Their attacks on Tim Walz, of all people, in this moment. It makes no sense, but neither does Fox. And Jessica perfectly called out Jesse and Janine. And it was so great. I want to take a look.
Some kid. I mean, you know, he's not a...
I know you don't like him, but you can't change the fact that
Change what fact?
Well, let me finish my sentence, and then I'll tell you that he is running to be vice president, that he has the highest favorability of anyone on either ticket, and you continuing to demean him and call him assistant coach Walz and say he's stolen valor and he's a loser and he doesn't know about clean air.
Who hugs a mascot like that, Jessica? He embraced the mascot like it was his mother.
We've all seen you use a straw. There is footage of you using a straw. Your masculinity shtick.
You know, why do they call him?
That was for television. I don't use straws in my private life.
I don't really understand what's going on with Jesse Waters most of the time. But again, it is good that Jessica can be there to shut him down. And it was so perfect, the many ways in which she did. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to on this one. But I think we need to check out what Jesse had to say so we can shut it down.
You look at this guy. I've never even seen him throw a football. He goes to a game, doesn't throw a football. Never seen him hit a golf ball. I've never seen him really do anything athletic. Meanwhile, I've seen Trump hit a tennis ball, hit a golf ball, throw a football, catch a baseball. I've seen him do all of that. So there's a lot of mystery around Walz. We don't really know if he's even a good shot.
Tim Walz is just a regular person. Maybe it shows how out of touch you are, that you think the way that he acts is strange, that you think that being kind to people, that you think being open-minded is strange. Maybe that reflects more on you. Maybe we take a little look in the mirror, Jesse. Maybe we reflect back on that. But like I said, there was plenty of shutting down coming from Jessica Tarlov today, talking about Donald Trump, not only in Georgia today, but his election chances and results in Georgia, and calling out Jesse, as she always does, in this clip right here.
Just a couple notes. Trump closes strong in Georgia. He lost Georgia. So I guess if someone had found him 11,237 votes, it would have gone better, but he's a loser there.
I meant by campaign activity.
Oh, he shows up a lot, and people see him, and then they vote against him.
This is the new argument from Fox, if you have not yet noticed. They're saying that, oh, the rest of the campaign doesn't matter. Trump's a great closer. That's what he always does. That's what he's so great at. He's great at the end of these campaigns. He's going to work so much harder than Kamala Harris. He's going to do more rallies, even though that's not true. Kamala Harris is holding more rallies, and might I add, bigger rallies with more enthusiasm. But the idea that Donald Trump is a big winner is not true. He's a loser, and he lost Georgia, and he's there again, not because he cares about the people in the state, but because he's so afraid of losing it again. It's the only reason he's there. It's the only reason he's pretending to care, and man, does he do a bad job pretending. For someone who lies so much, you think he would be better at it, but someone who actually gave a real response to the tragedy and devastation of this storm was Kamala Harris, and for that contrast, I think we got to take a look.
To everyone who has been impacted by this storm, and to all of those of you who are rightly feeling overwhelmed by the destruction and the loss, our nation is with you.
That's what a real leader looks and sounds like. Someone who cares, someone who's not trying to pull a political stunt. Donald Trump took the bricks from a broken building behind him to build out his podium today, and that should speak volumes about the type of person he is. Stealing from a community devastated to make himself look better. Kamala Harris responding to the crisis like a leader does. That's the leader we need, and that's the leader we're going to keep talking about on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments and leave a like on this video. And I saw many people asking questions. Yes, I am a Floridian, and very fortunate that my family, we were not affected by the storm. Thank you so much for all of y'all who reached out. Really means a lot. And until next time, I'll see you soon.